Well, you could, that's another thing you could do on your podcast. Do you think Heather had something to do with your going though? Like, do you think it was like all the
Tamra told me 100%. Tamra told me, and Tamra's friends with everybody. So Tamra said that she had 100% had something to do with it.
That basically, if they came to her and asked her to be on the show, and sounds like it's very likely is she said only if Kelly's not on. And they decided they would rather have her than Kelly because Kelly's causing
What are they
so
going to
many
do?
problems.
What are they going to do with Gina? I know Gina's a cool person, and Emily. I mean, they're not there to sustain. And then they hire Nicole James, and she quits in the middle of the she just didn't show up. She just didn't go because she couldn't get a vaccine. Like that Jennifer Armstrong is boringer than a doornail. Okay. And then you have Noella, which I think is going to probably save the show because she has a lot going on. I think she's a great hire, that one. She's beautiful. Oh yeah. She's got a lot going on in her life, but I think that was a good one. Heather, you'll see what's going to happen.
But the question was, did she lead to you not coming back? And we think there's a strong likelihood.
Even Tamra said 100% that's what went down.
Yeah.
Were you shocked then, like to your point that like they kept like Gina and Emily?
Well, yeah, I mean, because they are like so like I mean, I like them as a person. Like, I'm not at all like discounting them as people. They're freaking awesome. I like them, but they're not TV entertainment.
They don't move the needle, we don't think, like Kelly. I mean, we used to always laugh, like, because every day there'd be another article that would come out.
They don't get written about. Articles. Who writes about them?
They still write about the two of you every day, and you're not even on the damn show.
On page 6 all the time. Like, I mean, like
they constantly ask me for comment about me.
Does anybody ever write about any of those people on the show? Like, not one article is written about them. Ever.
Isn't that what it's all about though? Moving the needle? Like, don't you want
to sell advertising? Like, don't you want
people to talk about your people?
I guess the network feels that Heather will be that person.
Okay, we'll see.
Maybe.
What about, because there's people say like, well, Bethany Frankel, like LVP, there is this thing about Nicole James that she didn't just quit like that. And I'm not saying this is just what's out there that, Heather, she said stuff about Terry's surgical abilities. And that was part of the reason why she's phased out and demoted. Like, do you think there's any truth to that? Like,
I do.
Like, you do?
Well, yes, she got phased out. She didn't get demoted and she didn't quit. She got phased out because there was a law. She sued Terry Dubrow for doing a botch job. And not only did it happen from her, if you read his Yelp reviews and if you live here in Orange County, he does not have the best reputation at all. It's shocking that botch show is still going on. But I'm just saying, just purely reading Yelp and having like, no one goes to him here. It's all people from out of town that watch his show that get.
Because he's famous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he doesn't have the best reputation here in Orange County.
And you think that's part of why Nicole is kind of gone?
I think that's why Nicole is gone 100%. She got phased out because of the lawsuit.
How did they not know that she had filed a lawsuit years ago? Like, didn't they do their research? And
they don't all do their research. Not all of them. I mean, did they do their research when Jen Shaw was, committing?
Good point.
Do you think like a Jen Shaw and Erica, to your point before, should be gone?
No, I don't think they should be gone. I mean, I think it's good TV. I want to see what happens. I don't think they should be gone. I think they're good TV, but people think that they should be gone.
I was surprised that Erica was asked back, honestly, because of all that's going on. Like, it would have almost been in her best interest, maybe not financially, but to separate herself from that spotlight for a little while and focus on cleaning up the legal stuff that's haunting her.
She needs that $1 million paycheck.
Yeah.
She needs it.
And the ratings for Beverly Hills were really good this season. And a lot of ratings are down. have you found, like, you used to be friends with Ramona, like used to pal around with her. Have you found that people, you know, now listen, not every Bravo celebrity is as free to speak like you guys are. So have you found that certain people now are like maybe afraid to speak to you, that like they've cut ties just because you're not?
I talk to Ramona all the time still. I mean, we're still really good friends. She was supposed to come out to the desert.
But
and
there
stay
are
with
people
us.
who are hesitant to take
Oh yeah,
pictures with you.
Now we have a stink. We have a stink a little bit, I think. I think people are scared. I think Jeff Lewis is a little scared. I know he got bashed on his thing.
We're on his radio show,
I think
and he got so much hate mail.
He got so much hate from like these wackos.
Oh, honey and Mr. Honey, I'm sure I'm gonna get a bunch of hate as well, but I can take it. I mean, I get hate. It doesn't really matter.
We're not bad people.
Yeah.
And we're nice people.
Oh, my friend's own strut, when I didn't understand the pronoun thing and I had to explain myself, my friend's own strut's a gay bar here, and I'm friends with all gays. And when people say I'm racist or homophobic, it's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a joke.
So our friend who DJ'd our wedding was DJing at Strut
DJ Ryan,
on a Friday
I don't know if you know him.
DJ Ryan.
No.
He's always at Fire Island.
And he actually stayed in our house because he was coming. He lives in LA. He came down here to Newport Beach, to Costa Mesa to DJ that one night. So he stayed in our house, and we went and hung out at a VIP table next to his DJ booth. And everyone's like, "Oh, you only went to Strut because you were getting a hard time for not using the right pronouns with the trans media."
And I'm like, wait, what? And then
he's a friend of ours, and he's staying in our house.
Our friends at Own Strut were like, you wouldn't believe the hate mail that we got. Oh my God. I'm like, when did the gays become like angry and mean and mad? Like, I mean,
but not all of them.
Not all, but I mean, like when I go to Fire Island and I hang out with my friend Jack Morgan, and I hang out with like all my gays, you know, Rob, I have best friends. I mean, or I go to the Abbey, everyone's so kind and nice. I'm like, when did this ever happen?
Yeah.
When did they all get mad at me?
It's like, you know, we understand you can't please everyone all the time, and there's always going to be someone who doesn't like you, but now they have this megaphone, you know, on their social media, and they can just blast it out to the world about what horrible people we are, you know, and it's silly.
Have other people from Bravo besides Jeff kind of distanced themselves? I guess Ramona hasn't.
No, Ramona has. You know, it was funny. I was with Jackie from
Goldschneider.
Yeah. And she got a bunch of hate too. I feel bad. Like,
yeah,
they don't want her hanging out. And you know, she's a cool person. She's like, oh, it's okay, it's all right. But you know, I know Ramona didn't want to take pictures with me one time, remember?
Yeah, because
she was afraid. But now she's getting tons of hate.
It's
yes. Well, speaking of that, what about, you know, this new thing, Ultimate Girls Trip, where people are saying like the word is that you're going to be in the third one with Lisa Vanderpump. How do you feel about this? Do you think that's possible? Would you go on Ultimate Girls Trip, or do you think you are on that like persona non grata list with the network forever?
Oh no, I'm not on the persona non grata. No, the network has a love-hate for me. They do. They know that I'm a hard worker. They know that, you know, how dedicated I am and how I'm never late. I'm easy to work with. If they tell me to do something,
and you're terrific on TV.
They know that I am easy to work with. If they tell me to shut up, I typically do. And, you know, because I'm afraid to get fined. But they know me, but
we don't know anything more about it. No one reached out to us.
No, but I still talk to my producer, Thomas Kelly, my executive producer. He's really cool. I talked to Rebecca from Bravo. She's our PR. I still talk to her. I mean, I talk to a lot of people. Andy Cohen was so nice to me. We'll text here and there. I don't have a bad relationship with Bravo or with Andy Cohen at all.